Well, hello, good morning, how are you? I hope you're fitting well and stuff like that, especially the way the weather's been lately and the way it's going to be. That's why I'm recording this now. I love our van, I love our Winchcombe, and I actually quite like the Truma heating system that we've got. It's a blown air system in the Winchcombe, in case you weren't aware. What does get to me though occasionally is having to stand at the door with my arm up messing about with the controls on that. Well, I have discovered there's an app for that, for the heating, and it runs on the iPhone, and I want to show you how it works because it's pretty damn good. Let's start at its front page, this one, and let's just move the camera a bit. There you go. Ignore the news bit that's up at the top because I can't get those notifications to go away, and it's just is what it is. There's an instruction section at the top which takes you off to the Truma site and allows you then to do everything you need to do and find out, you know, you can have a look into that little lot. But the important part, of course, are status and remote control. Now the status part will tell you, 1, that you're on electric, 2, that the current temperature in the van is 13 degrees and that the water temperature is 40 degrees. The lighting on the air conditioning is off and the hab battery is sitting at 14.2 volts. That's pretty useful. Let's go back to remote control, and this is working via Bluetooth, which is always good. And currently I've got the heating on. I have set the temperature to 20 degrees, but you can set it to anything you like. Let's go to 18. I'm going to set the fan to high, you'll hear it kick in, and I'm going to go to the energy selection underwater and set it to mix 2. The timer settings will come back to. Water temperature I'll set to eco, and you should be able to hear the fan has just kicked in. Now let's go back to these settings and go through a little bit of it, especially the energy selection bit. As you can see, there's, go back to energy selection, there you go, there's gas, there's electric 1, there's electric 2, mix 1 and mix 2, and I'm sorry I keep on tapping the screen unintentionally. I'm currently set to mix 2, and what that means is that the heating system will run on gas to get stuff heated up really quickly, and then once it's achieved temperature it'll drop back into electric, or the electric 2, and the electric 2 is basically 2 kilowatts, electric 1 is 1 kilowatt, gas is self-explanatory, it's gas. Mix 1 is gas to start off with and get it away, and then 1 kilowatt, and so on and so forth. So it's set to mix 2 at the minute, and as I say, the fans will kick in like a jumbo jet taking off fairly shortly, and I can already feel the heat hitting my feet, which is brilliant. You can, of course, set your AC away as well if you want. Now, so far we haven't used the air conditioning in the van other than to try it and make sure it was working, so I can't really tell you how good that is. So let's go back to heating and let's have a look at the timer settings. Now if I switch the timer on, you'll see that the start time I've got is 7:59 because we don't wake up at 6 o'clock. The stop time I've got it set for 10 o'clock. Basically we kind of don't use that. Got the water temperature set to eco, the energy selection set to mix 2, and then we go to the timer function, heating, and I want it to go to 22 degrees with a fan setting of eco, so when we wake up in the morning, it having been set to 10, 12, something like that overnight, we want some heat on the morning, and during these winter months that's quite important. And I'm here to tell you it's been working very well. I'll knock the timer back off, go back, accept the settings, entries will be applied, and that's fine. It's not bad at all. And if we go back to the status screen, we can see nothing much has changed. We're still at 14 8.2 volts on the hub battery. We're still plugged into electric, we're still at 13 degrees. So let's go back to remote control, and yes, everything is pretty much as we want it. So I'll start getting the kind of temperatures that I want. There's a whole load of settings in here. You can set your iNet box up and all of that kind of stuff. This part here, the wireless status and what have you, it tells you that the SIM card's missing. Now, we have not yet invested in a SIM card for this, and I'm not entirely certain it's worth it, because using this, I've been able to control what's happening in the van from inside the house. I mean, probably no more than 30 feet away, but even so, via Bluetooth or wireless or whatever it is it's using, well, it's Bluetooth, it works quite well from inside the house into the van. So if we know we're going to come out, because we leave it ticking over at 10 degrees or so, just to stop everything from freezing up and what have you, if we need it to be warmer so that I can come in and do something, then we can set that from inside the house, and it's pretty damn good, I've got to be honest. There's a whole tools section here, so you can align the van to the sun, and it'll also do the leveling thing. We've got the self leveler, so we don't need to use that. You may obviously experience different kind of circumstances and might want to use it. It works, and it actually takes into account, you know, on the back of these things you've got the cameras, which means that the phone itself doesn't get level. You can put it on a known flat surface and calibrate it so that it takes into account where the cameras are, and I think that's quite clever. Now, this is running, as you may be aware, on iOS on an iPhone. I don't know whether it's available for Android. I would imagine it is. No doubt there'll be people watching this that already know. If it is available for Android, can you please tell us in the comment section? Thank you, that'll be grand. And then that's pretty much it. It's fairly straightforward. We use it all the time, mostly with regard to overnight. As I say, we don't want it at 20 degrees during the night, otherwise we'll sweat our backsides off. So we'll drop the temperature down to 10 to 12, something like that, depending on how we feel, and set the timer to bring it on at 7:45 in the morning to bring the van up to temperature so that we can wander around naked as nature intended. And Jill's gonna hit us when she says that bit, but I don't care. Anyway, that's it. It's just a quick run through of the Truma app that will run your heating system for you in the van. I think it's brilliant. It's a good idea. I shall leave links to the iOS version and see if I can find an Android version in the description for those of you that get to see that. If you're watching on telly, I'm sorry, not much I can do about it. Search the App Store for Truma and you shall see it. Right, that's it from me for the minute. So until I see you in the next video, enjoy the roads, enjoy the skies, but most of all, enjoy your lives. See you next time. Take care. Bye.